What's going on today, y'all? Alright, I gotta holler at y'all about the newest culture war of FBAs, which is Foundational Black Americans. Alright, if you don't know what an FBA is, it is basically, it's somebody it's a black person whose family has been in this country for generations, okay? Usually, if you do some research, you can trace the lineage back to chattel slavery. Now there's this big, huge movement of people that believe, like, because there were free blacks here, okay? I believe that that's the exception, not the rule, but there were free blacks here. So, but basically, in so many words, you trace your roots back to generations upon generations that have been in this country for hundreds of years, okay? I would be what you consider a FBA. Now, there's the FBAs versus the Africans and Caribbeans and stuff like that, okay? So, about that, or basically any other type of black person that doesn't come from, whose family isn't rooted here for generations in America, there's like a beef, and I more so see it online. I haven't seen it out here in the streets, okay? Now, I want to tell you something about this beef that's going on, all right? To me, it's total bullcrap, and it's totally falling into the line of divide and conquer, okay? Now, am I saying that if you're a foundational black American, am I telling you, look, you gotta find your long lost cousins, Kunta Kinte, you gotta hug and be in love and kumbaya with Africans? Is that what I'm saying? Not necessarily. No, that's not what I'm saying, okay? I'm not saying you gotta move back to Africa. I'm not saying that, okay? But what I am saying is, to have a beef against anybody for anybody just because they're from somewhere else different, to me is wild. Unless, of course, your country's in an active kinetic war or a cold war, I can understand that. But for FBAs to be beefing with Haitians and Africans and all that, that stuff is all it's bullcrap. I'm actually married to an African woman, okay? I've had relationships with Africans. I've been friends with Africans. Africans treat you very well, and people are people at the end of the day. All this FBA versus Africans and Caribbean stuff is all bullcrap, and it's all just divide and conquer, and a lot of people just doing for the likes, man, to be honest with you. It's all bullcrap.